MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. I'm up late. Just started watching a video by Jeff Cotto. Shout out to Jeff Cotto. Go check out his fight page. Go check out his YouTube channel, Jay Cotto's fight page. Amazing boxing channel. You gotta check it out if you love boxing. If you like combat sports, but especially if you like boxing, go check out Jay Cotto and subscribe to him. Also subscribe to YTBC Student, Shady Slim, Mr. Boxing Today. I think it's Mr. Boxing Today 2. It's his second channel, I believe. Anyway, I was just listening to Jay Cotto, and boxing is an amazing sport. It's an amazing sport. But the problem is, there's too much diva demands nowadays. Fighters are... So many professional boxers are acting like absolute pussies. Pussies! And, I don't put enough videos out about boxing because... it's an amazing sport. Right now, there's not a whole lot to look forward to. I mean, sure, you got the Ward fight. You got Triple G next month. You got Canelo Khan. But, I mean, Canelo Khan? What the fuck is that? I'm sorry to all the Khan fans, but let's be honest here. Canelo Alvarez, why the fuck is he fighting a guy that's only had a few fights at welterweight? And he's trying to bring him up to 155. And Canelo is supposed to be the 160, the middleweight champion. The lineal. It's absolute bullshit. Bullshit. And Jeff Cotto's right. And I'm to blame. So, but I gotta be honest. We need to, our words need to be spoken. We need to get our word out there that this is not okay. Canelo, the 155-pound champ, that's absolute bullshit. You're the WBC middleweight champion. You're the lineal champion. Same with Miguel Cotto. I mean, I can understand Miguel Cotto's situation at least. He's well past his prime. He's a hell of a lot smaller than Canelo. Canelo, there's no excuse for that. Especially considering a guy that was, his claim to fame was I'll fight anybody. Having a great resume. Well, I'm sorry, but, taking, the Cotto fight, that's fine. And now Khan, when you're supposed to be fighting Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, the middleweight boogeyman, the middleweight king, the consensus champion at middleweight, and you're not fighting him. I mean, Canelo, you're a bitch. You're an absolute bitch. And I gotta start making more of these videos because and I gotta make more of these videos bashing, the duckers, the pussies in the sport. The fuckery, as Jay Cotto would say in the sport. Hashtag come back to boxing. Also check out hashtag come back to boxing radio show. It's if you subscribe to Jay Cotto's YouTube channel, Jeff Cotto, you'll find, if you listen to his videos, if you're subscribed to him, you'll get the information about hashtag come back to boxing radio, which is all about what this video is all about, bringing the competitiveness back to the sport. The best fighting the best. The Hall of Justice for boxing is hashtag come back to boxing radio. So go follow Jay Cotto's YouTube channel. If you're a real boxing fan, if you're a real fan of the sport, if you want to see boxing improve and not have so much fuckery in the sport and so many divas with diva demands and all this shit, I could go on all day about this shit. Don't get me started about Floyd Mayweather. Go check out my videos about Floyd Mayweather. I mean, the guy, a huge reason why boxing is in the state as it is because of Floyd Mayweather. Because of the Mayweather blueprint. All the fighters wanted to do what Mayweather did because that's what was the most successful in the sport. Mayweather was pound for pound number one. Mayweather was, the cash cow of the sport. But he fucked the sport. Mayweather hasn't done shit. There's a list of fighters, over 20 fighters that he ducked that were awesome, prime fighters that were a threat to his undefeated record. But of course he didn't want to take that. Of course. But that's a whole nother story. Another guy I want to talk about, Vasily Lomachenko is supposed to fight Nicholas Walters. This is a huge fight. A huge fight. Nicholas Walters is a knockout artist. He's a dangerous man at 126, now 130. And Vasily Lomachenko, one of my favorite fighters in the sport. High Tech Lomachenko. I mean, the nickname High Tech, that's all you need to know. When you watch this guy fight, I mean, he's so skilled. He's so slick. He's so crafty. The stuff he does in there is mind-blowing. He makes solid fighters look absolutely horrible. Gary Russell Jr. Now, despite Gary Russell Jr. had never been tested, he had never been, he wasn't ready for that Lomachenko fight, but he still made him look like shit. And kudos to Gary Russell. He's a tough guy. He stayed in there. But, what I'm getting at is this fight was supposed to be made. It was already made, apparently, a couple months ago or whatever. Then it wasn't. And then it was supposed to be earlier this week. They were saying, I think it was June 11th or something like that. They had a date. And now all of a sudden we hear that Nicholas the Axeman Walters, who, is already moved up to 130, and Vasily Lomachenko's a 126 featherweight, he wants 100% of the purse. That's what he said. Well, what's the saying? You're pricing yourself out? That's what he's doing. That's a bitch move. Nicholas Walters, are you fucking kidding me? 100% of the purse? Who the fuck ever says 100% of the purse? Even Floyd Mayweather doesn't say 100% of the purse. And you're going to get 100% of the purse when you fight a guy who's a two-time Olympic gold medal winner? Are you kidding me? And a lot of and at the same time, Nicholas Walters, has a good chance to win that fight. I don't know if he'd be the favorite, the Vegas odds, I don't know. But that's a pick'em fight. That's a 50-50 fight. I mean, that's a dangerous fight for Lomachenko, especially they're talking about it being at 130. It's ridiculous. Nicholas Walters, what the fuck? You're a bitch. You priced yourself out. You're a pussy for doing that. What the fuck do the real fans, the hardcore fans, think of you now? Do you think you're going to gain fans for pricing yourself out? I want 100% of the purse? Get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit. And I'm sorry for all the, the profanity, but this is absolutely needed. The message has to get across. Everybody in the YTBC, Jay Cotto's right, we need to speak on this bullshit, the fuckery. And I know I'm the worst to blame. I mean, I have a channel. I love MMA. I love the UFC. I have more knowledge on MMA and UFC, but I love boxing equally. I just don't, I'm not quite as knowledgeable in the sport, but I still love it, anyway, we need to, everybody in the YTBC, we need to speak up about the fuckery. Jay Cotto's absolutely right, 100%. But yeah, I had to put a video out, a little rant, because boxing's a phenomenal sport, and there's a tremendous amount of talent in boxing. I'm relatively new to boxing, and there is so much potential in boxing. It is absolutely ridiculous. But the best don't always want to fight the best, and we got to get away from that. So the YTBC and everybody in the YTBC knows that fighters listen. They listen. Look at Billy Joe Saunders and 78 Sports TV. They got into a beef, and so the fighters listen, okay? Like 100%. Not everyone's video, but they tune in. They type their name in on YouTube. They want to hear what the fans are thinking, you know? And the fans need to speak. YTBC, we need to stand up for what's right. Stop the fuckery. Hashtag come back to boxing. Let's do it. I gotta start. I'm the first one to admit that I need to start putting out more videos on boxing, period, and especially on the fuckery. We gotta call out the fuckery. Straight up. I'm sorry this is a rant, and but it had to be done. Hashtag come back to boxing radio. Shout out to Jay Cotto on his fight page. Go subscribe to him and you'll find out everything about hashtag come back to boxing radio. And let's bring boxing back to its roots. Let's bring competitiveness back to the sport. Like in the past with Muhammad Ali, with Sugar Ray Robinson, with Mike Tyson, with Evander Holyfield. You know, there's so many. I could go on all day, but hashtag come back to boxing. We need to bring competitiveness back to the sport. I cannot stress it enough. We have to fucking call out the fuckery. But that's it for this one. MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.